Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Grace and Grit podcast. We're here again with Raymond and me, and we're going to be talking about health and longevity. Specifically, because I just came back from Miami, where there's happiness. Have you ever been to Miami?
I've not. The only place I've been to in America is New York City,
Oh.
New York and Washington, D.C.
How did you like it?
New York was fun. It was during, obviously, August.
So it was warmer.
It was warmer.
Everyone's out. And stuff.
It's like Toronto, but actually better.
How is it better?
I like it a lot. Well, one, it's, again, a very tourist place. So going to New York, the food, obviously. Trying
what food?
The pizza, the New York hot dogs, the pizza, the bagels, what they're known for.
I thought that would kill you.
What do you mean?
The hot dogs.
Why would it kill you?
I don't know. They're just like...
Well, it's not healthy for you, but like they're fantastic.
I went to New York once, and they're very like street vendor. Mostly.
Yeah, you
like,
have vendors really everywhere.
Buy your own groceries.
Yeah, people eat out. Like same thing as Toronto. When people are working downtown, they just eat out. A lot of people eat out. They go out for lunch or order.
I revoke that. I like eating my own home cooked meals, healthier.
Yeah,
I know it goes into it. Like my bread. Make a lot of bread.
Yeah, you do.
Did you check the timer? Did you see if the bread's ready?
I did not.
I'm making bread right now. Okay, I digress. So in the talks of longevity, so you went to Washington, you went to New York, not Miami. What was you liked New York more?
Washington it was fun seeing the monument, seeing the White House. When I went, there were Trump protests. It's pretty funny.
When did you go? I went when
last
Barack
year
Obama
in August.
Was still in.
Last year in August.
Remember? No.
The 1 week of Airbnb.
Oh, that was Washington.
Yeah.
You were looking at longevity, but for other things.
Yeah, I was. Okay. It was a week, but
so in the spirit of longevity, how do you think you maintain your mental health staying in one place for so long?
This shithole of a city.
Yeah.
I mean, being young, like we grew up in, I'd say the GTA. You've been here in Toronto for a long time.
Yeah.
As well. So we grew up in the city. As a kid, you don't really know much about it. Like you just see it and it's like whatever. But growing up now and being an adult and like doing adulting things in Toronto.
Adulting things?
What are adulting things? Yeah. Like it's just, this place sucks, man. Like I work mainly in North York. Every drive, there's potholes everywhere.
Yes.
Like North York, I think is the worst place I've seen for potholes, and I'm trying my best to dodge them. But I don't understand what we're putting the money to. It's like okay, and then Etobicoke, like everywhere in the GTA, there's traffic. Which sure, to an extent, yeah, you gotta have traffic, but the amount of traffic
is astronomical.
It's insane.
Our rush hour starts at 3 now?
3. And in New York City, because you pay a toll to get into New York, and you pay a toll to get out of New York. I think it's like $2 or something, or $3. The traffic is better in New York in August, prime time, than it is in Toronto. So I was talking to our mutual friend. This was like a few months ago. We were both saying they should have a toll to enter Toronto and leave Toronto. So if you live in Toronto, obviously not a lot of people drive when they live in Toronto, but to enter and leave, you should pay a toll. Whether it's $1.50, $2, because then people will go to Toronto less. I go to other cities like Vaughan, Mississauga, Oakville, whatever. You go around. And another thing, again, the traffic slows down because not as many people are going downtown. It gives them time to work on construction more. Gives them time to fix the issues like potholes.
Because construction takes like decades.
It's too long.
It is terrible. So it's very much urban planning. Is what when we're talking about like longevity and just like whole, like lifestyles, like quality of life, I think urban planning is such a big monument to healthy living and living for longer. So I actually had a conversation yesterday. I was putting up a treadmill for our building, for the apartment. And when I was doing that, there was this urban planner who I was talking to because I was complaining about our subway system, right? And he was explaining about how the recent change from Dundas Station to TMU Station, I didn't recognize why they were doing it at first, which was a bit ignorant of me. Yeah. I think I should have really understood why. I saw like, everyone's like, oh, it's a university, it's their type of thing, but I didn't really understand it. It wasn't until I had this conversation where he was explaining that it is privatizing the public subway system. So our public subway system is terrible. Apparently we're in a very big deficit in the subway. And I'm like, really? For the amounts that we charge, we're in a deficit? And where is it going towards? Because our safety is 100% an issue. I'm not gonna get into it.
It's like, yeah, we're just overall.
It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. The safety in the subway system. And then like even the tracks too, the amount of times that we're waiting and they're stalling, and because our line of the subway.
You're good. I think I don't know what that is, but yeah, keep going.
Because our line of a subway is like this, there's one line. Okay, now there's 2, 3. There's 3 now, right? Which is better. It just recently opened up a third line, I think like 4 months ago.
Yeah.
And it's still terrible. An individual actually ran the entire subway line of the 4 subway line, and they were faster than the subway. I mean, are you kidding me?
Yeah. It was during winter as well.
During winter. This is absolutely hilarious. It is such a joke to live here. But what he was explaining to me is that TMU is a university / college that just recently put in money towards that subway system, so that they have privatized that single subway stop. They did all the licensing, all the name changes and the signage and the advertising, and I'm like, wow. Yeah. Now that I know that, I can now agree
more understanding,
so I can get better. Yeah.
But even that, like, I don't like to take transit. I took transit in high school, like the bus going home. I'm like, when I get a car,
honestly,
I'd rather pay the gas than have to be stuck on a bus with a bunch of people that smell
I kind
shit.
of liked, so this may sound like very different from my character, but I liked taking the bus, and I actually do like the subway. I don't like the subway, but I like what I can do. So what I do is whenever I'm on like public transit, which I find quite convenient, if I'm not switching anything, if it's just consistent, on the bus, I had a really good time to reflect and do some journaling to actually like study. It's what I use my time very efficiently. So no matter where I am, I'm always working. Even when I'm in a car, I prefer not to drive because I'm in like the back seat or the front seat, like doing work or on my phone, because I do work from my phone, and it's just so much more better for me. I like driving only when I'm doing it for leisure. And if I'm doing it for leisure, I don't want to be in a big city. I want to be driving in rich neighborhoods and going up to castles and driving around long, windy roads with hills with no potholes. So more of like countryside. And honestly, where I grew up was it Barrie, right? And it's, people call it a city, but low-key it's a town. So like it's
probably a city now, though, no?
City now, but it's changed so much. And I go there now and I'm like, wow,
it's all different.
And that's because everyone
is moving up there.
Yeah.
And then all the people there are moving even further north.
It's crazy.
And then it's just gonna keep growing. But I mean, talking about just that, I like driving, especially when it's driving fast.
You like F1 driving.
I like but that's the difference. I know how to drive. Like, I've driven on a track. I've gone 300 kilometers on a track before. So it's obviously it's obviously different than on the highway. I'm not going 300 on the highway.
You're not gonna admit to anything on.
Yeah, but it's that sense where even again going on the 407, it's just everyone is going like 150, which is perfect. You're going 150. The average, even the police are going 150, and they're not stopping anyone because they know that if they stop, it's just gonna cause traffic. Or if it's all safe and there's not a lot of cars, nothing's going to happen. But then I drive again on Toronto roads or on the 401 or the 410, and it's just so many problems. And then I just let myself see everything. As I see people cut each other off, as I see people go on the shoulder of the highway and then like cut people off, I'm like, this is so bad. I mean, it's just so difficult to drive. And again, I love driving. I would rather drive than take the bus or the transit. It's very
difficult to drive here.
Yeah, and I'd rather pay gas and drive than take the transit. I don't like transit at all. It sucks.
Even though it's faster,
not being in charge of like where to go, and plus, you can't. Like, guys are spontaneous. So when me and my friends were going out for a drive and we were supposed to go somewhere, we stop at like 3-4 different places before we get there, just because fuck it, at a gas station, at a coffee shop, or we're just gonna stop on the side of the highway and just chill and just look, I don't know, scenery and just talk shit or whatever. Or one of us gets pulled over.
Your feminine side.
Well, that's all the boys.
That's your femininity.
Oh, okay.
It comes out your leisure. I like it.
When you're with the boys and you're just driving and you have your whole gang just like kind of swerving through traffic, whatever, and you're just, it's fun. One of my friends got pulled over, so we all stopped. And then we're all just talking to the cop. We're like, yeah, you should give that fucker a ticket. He deserves it. And then we're just all joking, but he didn't give him a ticket, which is nice of him. But it's just that fun, those types of memories where you make that do matter. It's the experience, you know, that's the value I have for it. And then we just go wherever and you're just out late night and still driving so much, especially at nighttime. Driving is so much fun.
It's superior.
It's windows down, you got white girl music on, and you're just highway, just 140, and it's like, nothing beats that. But it's the experiences with your friends. That's why I think driving guys, obviously the majority guys lead on, you know, driving and why cars are so special. Because it is like a being, especially for people that build their cars.
It's like your vehicle freedom.
It's like, yeah, it's your freedom. It's like your own almost child. It's like how like you consider your business your child. Yeah, like, you know, like you're building it up.
Typically, yeah.
Yeah.
I try not to. Because I know how it can be.
So, but for a lot of guys, that's what driving is. And especially when they have their cars. Like my boss has an RS7, which is an Audi RS7, and he's built it up. And it's like, it's so precious to him. And he drives it. He let me drive it. And I was like, bro, this is 600 horsepower. I don't know if I want to take this for a ride because it's like a lot of power. But it's just so much fun. That means that, again, watches. Guys really are into watches.
Yeah.
Like, I can't wait till I get a Rolex. Oh my God. It's gonna be so much. It's gonna be like, it's like for that one day you have it, it's gonna be so much fun. Then I'm like, oh, it's just a watch. And then it's like, whatever.
You do it for the investment.
Yeah.
That's what you do it for. That's my objective with everything. The investment. Especially
watches. Right. Again, we talked about it yesterday where you can have a watch, a Rolex, and it'll not double, but it'll, you know, go 6,000, 8,000 in a few years.
Yeah.
And then you sell it or go to insurance and then you get, you know, some more money.
Anyway, we were having a conversation yesterday. We were in an outing with another podcaster and we were having a really good conversation, you know, and when we were explaining to her about our podcast, you know, the blend of masculine and feminine energies and how even though it's best to be in like your optimal energy, we are a fluctuation of, you know, masculine, feminine, both of them. And I'm glad to say that like you're very masculine on a lot of accounts. But even like when you're having leisure and you're driving and you're observing like the sceneries, it's that feminine energy that you're seeing, that creativity, that in the present moment, right? It's very grounding. Yeah.
No, it was fun. Like, yeah, even yesterday when I was saying, like, it was fun. The things I like to do, again, just using you as an example. I'm
subject A.
It's the only example that comes to mind, but it's doing the whole you guys like to go to sporting events or whatever it is. I don't, because I just see it as a waste of time. But if we all went out for a drive, I mean, you don't drive, but if we all went out for a drive, as in,
when it's fun,
you
should have seen my parking when I drove.
I really
car last time.
Don't want to see your parking.
It was creative. It was like creative accounting. Then you have creative driving. Same thing. Yeah, it doesn't look pretty to anyone. As long as you get the job done, the objective is done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It should look pretty though.
It's whatever.
But yeah, it was really nice talking to her yesterday and kind of getting, I don't know how older she is than us. I'm assuming late 20s. She said she had a few years on us. So I was like, oh, I mean, probably late 20s.
She said her name or her age.
Yeah, but
I can't remember.
It was she's older than us, more experience. And even when she was talking about, you know, how she's moved from, you know, who she used to be and who she is now.
I like that transition.
Yeah. I was like, because even for me, I agree with that. Maybe right now what I value isn't what I'm going to value 5 years from now, which is how much I'm working. Because I'm going to be moving out soon.
Different life stage. Yeah,
I'm going to be moving out soon. So maybe I'm going to value spending more time with my family and friends, which honestly, I think that was my whole... I knew that would happen because when you move out, you know, when you're always with your family, you take it for granted and you don't... Not that you don't want to spend time with them, but you're always around them, that it's too much.
The time, like how you're spending the time is different.
Yeah.
As opposed to when I go home to visit my family now, it's very different. I'm like, guys, like I remember when I first moved out, I was talking to my family. I'm like, guys, like I called everyone down and I'm like, how is it that whenever I come here and I come home, you're always upstairs in your room and you're playing video games, and why aren't we having that quality time together? I think this really adds to quality of life and longevity.
Yeah.
Is because like it's not only just being around the people that you are, but it's how you're spending the time. And so it's very different with how you spend time with different people. It's like it's like how your personality changes depending on who you're with.
Yeah.
And so with my family, I'm like, I want to actually play games with you, board games. I want to learn more about your life and how they're growing and developing, right? And then with you guys,
we just do
bloody shit show.
It's so much fun. But yeah, it's in that sense where you do change, and I know it's going to happen to me where I am going to maybe not go home to my mom wants me to come home every weekend, but I probably can't again because of work.
You'll start out like that, and then it'll be things.
I always want to make the time, but I would prefer like we go again out to eat or we spend time, outside. I don't want to be inside the house.
No, I agree.
I tell my mom, like, I don't want to come home. Yeah, but like let's go out. Let's hang out together outside.
Let's talk about drinks for a hot sec.
Oh.
So I was on a cruise and I had an all unlimited drink alcohol packaged thing. It was incredible. And I'm not a drink person. I'm really not. I am a water person. I drink water and tea. Tea is recent, but whatever.
Yeah.
And I came up with a list of drinks. I tried everything that they had. It was incredible. But I sent you a list of drinks, right? And there's one called a ginger lime fizz. Incredible non-alcoholic drink. And I think just having that experience that I had on the cruise, because one thing about living in Toronto is that it's very lonely, right? It depends on the perspective. It's like, how do you spend your time in a big city where there's so many people, and making friends are really hard because each group is already strongly developed. It's like, how do you do that? Well, being on this cruise really allowed me to grow forward in learning how to do that. It's like when you're at a bar or when I go out to eat alone, right? Because I want to spend some quality time with myself. I would just like literally eat at the bar, and I would just like sit there, and like no one would come up to talk. Like everyone's just really closed off here, and I don't know why. Yeah, and it's very different from Miami, where everyone like actually they come up to you, they talk to you. I go to people and I talk to them. Even when I try to do a conversation here in Toronto, I don't know. The typical thing is to just like,
it's like, okay, just like quick, like finish the whole conversation and just move on.
When I want to like build relationships.
And even working at the bar, when people come to sit at the bar, I try my best to talk. If it's busy, there's not much I can do. Mm-hmm. But when they're there, I try to get to know them and conversate with them for multiple, just for whatever reason. And it's fun. I like it. Some people I've noticed are just really boring. Like,
yes,
and I'm like,
they'd have more adventure.
I'm like, bro, like, come on, tell me about like something else, like the most, I don't know, tell me about your girlfriend or whatever, like, what are we talking about here? And some people are just so exciting, where again, like that guy who was from Spain and he came here and he was like telling me all about Europe and whatever. I'm like, that's so much fun. Like his stories of when he was in his 20s with his friends and they went to different countries over the few years and worked these different odd jobs together, but it's just those memories that he has now, and now he's older. Mm-hmm. And it's just so exciting, where that was kind of, again, advice that I took from him, because I'm like, I'm in my early 20s. I want to, go out and try different things and really push myself and find things that I enjoy more of. Even though like now I do things that I enjoy, but just, when I get the chance.
At a different scale.
Yeah, at a different scale. But that's the whole push for me when it comes to moving out. With my brother especially, we're pretty chill, so we're not gonna mind like whatever we do when we do move out. But it's gonna be fun. I know it's gonna be so much fun moving out, just having your own place, and we're gonna make it how we want, and just do it all. That's the whole idea, the penthouse living, driving the nice car, and living, even if it is with friends or just alone. But I've seen penthouses in Toronto, and I'm like, that's what you want. You want the top floor. Mm-hmm. And
I wouldn't pick Toronto though. So there's
but
I recognized. It's a realization that I came to. I'm like, why do people? When I was in Miami, I recognized this one. But it's like, why do people travel after they graduate, or why do people have a gap year? And it finally made sense. Like I always wanted to have a gap year, basically just genuinely like wanted to travel, wanted to see the world, wanted to learn about different cultures, and just like have like a good vacay, you know?
Yeah.
Because, you know, you spend more than 12 years studying up until grade 12, you know? And so when I came to this realization that when you travel, it's not only just about, you know, having the underlying objectives of like how you normally traveled. It's looking at the people, the culture, and where you can possibly live and where you want to live in the future. It's like as soon as you're done university, you should move to where you want to not settle down, but where you want to start building your career. Because where you start to take a job, where you start to build your own business is where your clientele, your reputation, everyone starts to get to know you for that.
Yeah.
And then in persons also, even though there's less of a in-person focus now with working, it's still highly important when I'm doing all my things. People prefer in person.
Yeah.
And so having that and knowing that, okay, I might be stuck here if my clientele keeps on growing here unless I outsource and start growing it that way. But it really makes me realize that, like, wow, I'm going to become stuck here unless
I think it would just be so, again, we talked about this yesterday where the two sides, like the extremes on both sides. If you're really rich in Toronto, it's probably the most greatest. It's probably so great.
Yeah.
Penthouse, you have people do everything for you. You drive your car. They do whatever it may be. And I think that's anywhere. Obviously, with Miami, you have the weather. But if you're middle income in Miami, middle income in Miami, you have the added benefit of the weather, and you know the sunlight automatically makes your dopamine and makes you happier and whatever. But it's still, when you're still in the middle, it still sucks. At least in my opinion, no matter where you go, unless you enjoy, you like being in the middle, which is fine. But that's the whole thing. If I was in Miami, I'd still want to be in a condo or penthouse.
No, 100%.
So
yeah,
it's just trying to, I guess, not just find out how to get there, but if you do it in Toronto, you can do it in Miami. You know.
I understand what you're saying for that, and I am inclined to agree with you.
Yeah.
But there's a certain like you can be happy no matter at what income you're at.
Yes.
Of course, to different like degrees, and like your happiness is, it's like this. Every time I see a puppy on the street walk by, I get so incredibly happy, right? I stop and like this whole thing. Every time Tav sees that damn singing tower.
Yeah. He gets so happy.
So happy. He just can't stop looking at it. Every time I see my Burj Khalifa, you know, I'm looking up at it. I'm breaking my back for it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what the hell makes you happy. I mean,
nice cars.
Nice stack of cash makes you happy.
That's just money, cars, nice watches, beautiful women.
Yeah, I mean, like there's things within each enough that just make us really happy.
I agree.
Yeah, but there are different ways that we can also like spend it and develop new happinesses.
Yeah.
That's not a word, but it's a word now. Like, I love going on boats and yachts.
Yeah.
And when I go on those, I'm like, wow.
You know what I think is, AT said this, where no matter which stage you are, whether when you become wealthy or you're middle income or whatever, your stresses are different. Middle income, your stress is to survive. Your stress is to pay the rent, buy the food you can, and you know, make the money just to live. When you're wealthy, you have different stresses. You probably have a business. You're probably up millions of dollars, but you have to keep your business going to make more money. So the stress changes from survival to growth. And that was what his aspect was of, you know, being middle class and being rich is it's just your stress is different. You're not stressing about how do I pay my bills. You're stressing about how do I grow or make 100,000 in a month.
But it's very interesting because like when you're up in that next level, it's like there's people relying on you.
Yeah.
Right? So you have to like pay other people.
Because when you're at that level, you're most likely a leader in some sort. So then you have people under you that the expectations are high.
One thing I really do like is there's this quote where it's like, no matter how much money you have, what you do with that money is not going to change from if you have $1 to if you have $100 to $1,000 to $1 million, whatever. And I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we talked about this, how like corruption and money. I don't know if we talked about this a few episodes ago. But I don't like if you're someone like me, I believe I'd be the same person when I become rich in terms of who I am as a person.
Yeah.
It's going to change in terms of the things I get are going to be nicer, but I'm still like my favorite fast food. I guess it's nostalgia would
It's
be
my bread.
oh
My bread's ready.
my favorite fast food nostalgia wise from a childhood is KFC. Other than that, just because
Really?
my parents would always we would go out once a month to eat because that's all they could afford.
Yeah.
Not even once a month. It's just whenever we were all out
Yeah.
as a family, they could just only afford that. And they had like the toonie boxes where toonie boxes where it's like you get 2 pieces of chicken, the fries, whatever. So even then, even when I'm rich, I'm gonna probably go to KFC just to get KFC. You know, I'm gonna go to these mom and pop shops because I like
There's a nostalgia
mom and
to
pop
it.
shops over high end restaurants because the food just tastes better. Whether it's Mexican or I love Vietnamese. There's a pho restaurant in Mississauga that I always go to because the Vietnamese lady knows me and she's just so nice and she makes the great food. Or like the Mexican place that I go to is owned by a a Mexican family, and they make such good food. I prefer that over high end dining. I get the whole high end dining side. You know, it's the ambiance, it's whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really give a shit, but a lot of people care.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, I think it would still be the same as the person who I am. Not much changes. So I think money only corrupts you if you allow it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's usually the people that are fake, where
I think it's a mental battle.
It's
like
probably a huge mental battle. Yeah.
Because like being around a certain friend of ours who I always say grew up with a golden spoon in his mouth. It's very funny because his state of normal and natural is very different from ours.
Yeah, he grew up privileged, I'd say. More privileged in the sense, obviously he probably had issues.
I don't like that word because I feel like everyone has a privilege in some sort.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not kidding on that. It could be your looks, it could be your race, it could be so many different things. It can literally be so many different things. And so I don't like that word because if other people know how to utilize, if they find their advantage and they utilize it, everyone has an advantage in life, and the goal is to find your advantage, seek it out, and then learn how to amplify it. Like everyone is like one of our friends has a incredible advantage with the way his brain thinks that makes him so incredibly smart and knowledgeable in tech, right? I am so happy to know him that it makes me feel smart just being around him.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, so the point that I'm getting at that is that like even though he was born with a different normal level than our normal level, especially how like we grew up, it's about how whenever I'm surrounded by him, it's like I want to strive for that type of normal now. But then even when I'm with you, I'm like, no, like I can be like my regular, like not how I grew up, but like that state of comfortability.
That's just state of childhood.
Yeah, that nostalgia. Yeah.
But
it's like the people who you surround yourself with really impact what your normal is, what your objectives even unfold to become, and how you treat your objectives. Because even though you may have an objective, your intent may change along the way. I was actually reading my Bible this morning, and there's this one passage in
Psalms. I think it's called Psalms.
No, but there's also this CIR. It wasn't Sarah. Oh my gosh. I digress. I will find it later. And, it'll be great. But it was saying about how like if to be a good person, to walk in like the eyes of the Lord, it is you end up wanting to get ideas from your heart, but it's your intent that the Lord really looks at. And I'm like, no, that's so true, because I don't give a shit about the actions. What I care about is the intent, because someone may like accidentally hurt me. But if it came from like a good place, or like even
if
like
they didn't really mean to, but it just happened.
I get it. It just didn't come out right. Or like when my brother says a joke, it doesn't come out right, and we're all like silent and we're like, okay, didn't come out right. I understand it was meant to be a joke, even though that hurts, bitch. But
but our mutual friend's a piece of shit. This guy's a privilege. I know you don't like the word, but trust me. So you'd be surprised. It's when we worked at Canada Computers, and this fucker said the most wildest shit to me, and I was like, bro, get the fuck out of here. I'm like, you took first class to Dubai. I don't want to hear this coming from your mouth. And I was like, whether he meant it as a joke, but his face was so serious at the time. I was like, yeah, he grew up in a different lifestyle than I guess the rest of us, which is good. Like, again, I love
the difference.
I would rather someone be privileged and not go through certain types of traumas as a kid. Then go through those traumas. But again, on the other hand, those traumas do build you. And if you go the right path, then it's built you for the better.
Everyone has a different
There
is cards.
A lot where I can tell he hasn't gone through, so he doesn't have that growth there yet. Mm-hmm. Like the things he hasn't gone through as a kid that I think me and you probably have.
A different understanding of.
Yeah. So there's that. So it's always, there's no right or wrong in life. It's always two sides to. Yeah, my life was easy, but then you're, as a mindset or as a person, you haven't grown. But my life is very difficult, but you've grown so much because of that, and you learn you don't make those mistakes in the future, or as a parent or whatever it may be. Yeah. But he has a very, again, it just goes back to it's so double edged. Where I'm like, God, because he's also.
But it's about the quality of life, right? So he has. I find that like. No matter what level you're starting at, you can always have a quality of happiness, right? A longevity to you. And I think that there was this book that I was reading. It's called...
Behind you.
It's called Outlived by Peter Attia. Okay. Yeah. Outlived. And when I was reading this, he was really talking about how the healthcare system, in terms of like doctors, like saving like our brains and our cardiovascular system, tend to be quite conservative in terms of like, this is adapted into the healthcare system. Let's do this instead of going towards like other medical research that could definitely help. Anyways, there's always many sides to a different coin. And so the healthcare healthcare 1 versus healthcare V2, that's it. Is a drastic difference, right? From adapting all these different practices. He wants to go to healthcare 03 that really that starts to look at the root cause, the root cause of how to prevent things like type 2 diabetes, like heart strokes or strokes, right? And creating that preventative measure before you even have to go see a doctor, right? And so when I was reading that book, it really got me to thinking of like, when in my own mental health care company, right? How can we even like prevent some things like depression, like, that really build us, even anxiety. Yeah. And that's why I really want to talk about, how your way of life, how your happiness level, what you even value and you believe, like from our past podcast, how that really shapes and builds who we are.
I mean, my mom taught me a lot about mental strength. Mm-hmm. That's the thing. I don't know. You're a therapist, so this is probably.
I'm not a therapist.
I run the business. Yeah, but you have an understanding that basically as a therapist.
I have a mother who's a therapist.
Yeah,
so I have a therapist.
And so it's my mom who she went through depression for quote unquote depression for 10 years.
It was depression.
Yeah, and after taking pills and she found spirituality, whatever, she pushed on to me where even she believed, she's like, depression isn't real. In terms of, it's all a mindset.
It is a mind. It's a state of mind.
The mindset of, obviously what she was going through was very difficult, and she had no other understanding of how to get through it or how to get better. So it automatically led to pills. But she raised me and taught me to have the mental strength where depression isn't real. If you don't allow it in your mind, if you don't allow sad things happen in life, it has to. One day we're all going to die. One day our parents are going to die. Obviously, heaven forbid anytime soon, but it's going to happen. Mm-hmm. So letting yourself fall into such a deep state of sadness where it's longing over you for years and years and years, and then you're stuck to pills. My mom's like, don't ever let that happen. Even when she passed away, she's like, take the time, grieve, but that's about it. So she pushed on to me of how to, using your mind, using your subconscious to never get sad or depressed, or not never get sad or depressed, but only get sad when necessary, when sad things do happen. Mm-hmm. So when I tell people I don't believe in depression, not that people can't be depressed or you can't go through certain traumatic events where you're not
Depression is a title for a state of mind that is so stuck and so trapped that you physically and like
it's a cycle of just negativity.
It is. It very much is, and it's very difficult to get out of.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So for me, when I big believer that depression isn't real. If I don't believe in depression, I can't get depressed. No matter what I go through.
Exactly. The
mental belief, just belief in general. It's the same thing as belief in God, where that's what belief is. Like realistically, like, I'm going all scientific here. There's no proof of like physical proof of God. I can't see God, but it's the belief.
Physical proof of Jesus.
Yes. But as in like, what I'm like the spirit itself is what I'm trying to say.
That's for another podcast.
I know, but in that sense, but belief is, belief is that even though there's no proof, 100% I believe in God no matter what. If like belief isn't, there's no scientific or stat that can go behind belief. It's just in my mind, I believe in God. I am religious or spiritual. So that's enough for me. And it goes back to the mental understanding where I don't believe in depression. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to get depressed. Sure, we've talked about where a week was really hard and we're just like a little bit down.
Yes.
That can happen. That's fine. You go through, like, why would you not go through all your emotions in your life? Because they're all there for you for a reason.
Emotions are important. They're indicators of what's happening and even how to fix it, right?
Exactly.
It's like when you feel something in your gut, oh my gosh, there's so much okay, I can't get into this all today. Because we got to wrap up.
Yeah. I think we got some time. But even then, again, if you don't believe in something, again, depression, I don't believe I can get depressed. That's just about it. With how much, again, with obviously my life experience is a bit different. I experience, staying inside for a year and being stuck. But now I appreciate life so much that why would I let something longing and, ruin my high on life?
Actually, I do want to talk about that though. So there are things like preventative measures, right? So depression, when there are physical things that we need, like other environments, a different environment to go into. Yeah. COVID really forced us to be in a singular environment with a lot of different stressors around. You couldn't control what the news said. You were looking at a lot of different things. We did things to cope and to survive, when to thrive in such an environment requires different typicalities, right? So for you loved COVID.
Well, yeah.
How did you?
I played games every day. I kid you not. COVID happened during obviously grade 11 semester 2. Yeah. Video games. Me and my friends, we would all have our class up on one laptop. We played games every single day for more than 10 hours a day. And this is when this is going back to gaming, like when I used to play games. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 19 had just released. And something called Warzone, which is like a battle royale, which is like 100 people in one big map and you go around killing each other and you try to get first place. We spent so much time during COVID playing Call of Duty. Oh my God, it was so bad. Just looking back at it now, it was probably 12 hours a day. 12 hours a day for months.
I did not know that.
No, but
I thought you had a thing of like, oh yeah, I learned to work out. No,
but this is during when I was I was 16. So I played games but now 100%. Like after I was 20, I threw it all away. But COVID was when I was 16 and when I was playing games, high school, middle school, whatever. We spent so much time. It's so bad. It was so, looking back at it, I'm like, during COVID, I probably put in 20,000 hours alone. Maybe 15,000 hours. Just you have so much time as a kid. As a 16-year-old and you have your boys and we're all on the PlayStation and we're all just playing, because again, let's go back to gaming. I don't know how much you know about it, but during COVID, there were like bangers after bangers. You had Call of Duty released, Fortnite released. You had a game called Rocket League released, and we would just go
out here.
We would just go from one game to another game, to another game, to another game. And I was like, looking back, I'm like, oh God, if I actually focused and mastered a skill, that would have been so much better than just playing games 12 hours a day. But I don't it's in the past now. It's nothing I can do. But no, COVID was a lot of fun for me because I still had that connection with friends where we're always talking. We're on a FaceTime.
Yeah.
We're playing games. We're just with each other. And I'm at home, so I'm automatically around my family.
Mm-hmm.
But it was so bad. It was so bad. Looking back at it, oh God, such a waste of time.
Well,
It sucked.
It's very interesting because it's almost like my brain is like rewiring itself now because I had no idea. It makes me think of like, so my COVID experience, I would drive around with the girls.
Yeah.
So one of our girls in the friend group had her license and we would drive everywhere.
Yeah.
We'd always be in the car and I would write songs. I was doing some marketing stuff for the first time on my songs where like that business really started growing.
Yeah.
And yeah, I did do things.
Yeah.
I thought your COVID was very productive. Anyways,
No.
because I was like, how did you get through it? Because I felt terrible, and
Yeah.
like I don't want to compare apples to apples to oranges or whatever, but I feel like nowadays, whenever we're feeling isolated, it's having those structures in place where, like, for me myself being an entrepreneur, I can't just be like, oh, like go outside for a walk, right? I need to have that human connection. So when I'm finding these communities, right? So you had your gaming community.
Yeah.
And then your friends from school.
Yeah.
I don't quite know to the extent, but
It was a pretty big extent.
Okay.
I mean, because we were in different high schools anyway, so these are my friends from middle school.
We were in the same high school.
For grade 12. For last year of high school is when I moved to Barrie. But this is when I lived in Brampton. Mm-hmm. And yeah, no, it was so bad. I didn't do shit in high school. This is why I averaged 70s. I was such not a bad kid. Like I wouldn't disrespect teachers or whatever, but man, like I didn't like science class. And I would probably had like a 58 by exam time. Mm-hmm. And one of my friends in class, he was really smart. He had like a 99. Yeah. Inside, like he's really not even now. He's in school for become a surgeon.
Wow.
Yeah. And I'm like, bro, like and this is me. I procrastinate every exam and then I don't even study. I don't even study at the end. And so then I tap him like while we're waiting in the hall. I'm like, bro, I didn't study. He's like, okay, just sit diagonal to me and you can cheat off my exam. I cheated, got a 95 and passed with a 70. And I was like, wow, this is so bad. I didn't learn anything from that class. I feel so bad for the teachers because they put in the work. And
I'm not promoting that.
I'm not promoting it.
Oh my gosh.
It's terrible because even now being an adult,
you're the person who I would absolutely like, who I'd be like, don't sit near me.
We would have disliked each other so much in high school.
100%.
But it was in that sense where I was
but everyone knew me in high school.
Yeah.
For good reasons. But but one thing though is that I am so appreciative of what my parents like distilled in me of like being very selective. I know a lot of like people nowadays don't like it when their parents are like, oh, don't watch this, don't go on YouTube, like don't do this thing. My mother is very strict on like not having brain rot, of like the YouTube watching. And I am so inclined to like love her and agree with her because of knowing that discipline that was instilled into me even during the darkest periods of COVID, and feeling isolated. Anytime I feel isolated, I feel prone to go back to my phone because of COVID.
Yeah.
But it's about outlearning that, right? Putting in new practice and new habits. And now it's very about like listening to your body. Okay, so whenever I'm feeling like I'm working, and I'm like, okay, like I'm tired, I want to go on my phone and watch a movie, it's like, no, what does my body actually need? It's exhausted, it's tired.
Yeah.
Put the phone down, take a nap. And so I've been doing that.
Yeah.
And wow, I wake up, it's like 15 minutes later and I'm like, this is incredible.
Yeah.
That really improves the quality of life because I'm able to dive back in, have a healthy brain, healthy mind instead of having my eyes dry out from watching brain rot on my phone or, even just movies. I'm a very big movie-aholic.
Yeah.
I love rewatching movies too. They're very nostalgic to me. They bring out feelings.
Yeah.
That I'm so longing to feel. No.
To any kids watching, I'm not supporting my behavior as a kid. She had the right behavior. I'm just saying I'm not supporting what I did, but I'm not going to lie about it. I'm not going to say, oh yeah, I was so productive during COVID.
Like, in my head, I thought you had it so good during COVID. I'm like, damn.
I had it good, but not in the right way.
Not in the right way.
Man, it was, I'm not promoting it. I'm not even promoting cheating in like classes or whatever, because learning is a big thing. And whether you like school or not, you should try your best.
You have to focus towards your strength. That's one thing that my dad taught me. And what he taught me was that, one thing I actually really like that he said is focus on building your strengths, not your weaknesses, because your strengths are what's going to become your superpower. Even though I did work on my weaknesses, I totally did, because that was my mom's favorite. Like, work on your weaknesses, really focusing on those strengths and really honing that in. Really allowed me to be like where I am today. Like, not everyone's gonna like every subject 100%. I can't draw. I don't like to draw.
I can't draw.
I dislike it. I can draw a thing or two. I do face painting on kids,
I'm creative, just not in the drawing sense.
Exactly. And so besides, the school system is very singular to the way that they teach. But they are improving themselves. I'm not saying the general school is, because there are different schools that are popping up, private schools, different technology schools, and I love the way that they're teaching. Even entrepreneurship schools. I'm like, for kids, not for universities right now. We haven't gotten there yet, unfortunately. Quality of life. Choose your battles.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, overall, when it comes to which I just want to finish off the school topic. I can see why it is needed. I think you do need school, like, to be in school as a kid and even as a teen. But after that, once you develop your frontal lobe, I think that's the main thing, because as guys, you develop it later. Yeah. And then women develop it earlier.
So guys need to be in school for longer.
I think.
You're like, oh no.
Yeah. When it comes to that, because again, men tend to be like more street smart, more practical intelligence. Women tend to have better school smarts, theoretical intelligence, which is it's true. And so
you're asking if I can throw a punch on the street.
Yeah, can you?
Go for the throw.
You go for the throw, and then you get knocked out, and then
get faster.
Exactly.
But I hate cardio.
Anyways. But it was just in that sense where I think it just depends what you're doing. Whatever you want in life, focus on that. Focus on your strengths, because that's a big part. Especially like my brother, one of his friends, as an 18-year-old, he makes his own watches.
That's really cool.
So he likes watches. So he has a company, he makes his own watches, and the watches are actually really nice. And I'm like, wow, like that's really good. Like that's something that he can actually focus on and do in the future, because he sells these watches to his friends, and like he sells them for $900.
Wow.
So he probably makes them for $300 to get profit margin.
Do you know what's included in a watch? There's a ruby. And they actually, instead of screws, they use actual diamonds.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's probably like AP.
Within the watches. Yeah. And then the glass, it's made in such a way that it can't be scratched by anything but an actual diamond.
Oh.
Yeah, I did not know that until I started learning, like actively like improving my knowledge about watches.
Yeah.
And I talked to this had this amazing watch appraiser guy. His name is Matt, and he has a wife named Juliet. Incredible people. I met them on the cruise.
Oh wow.
Yeah. We went to a lot of shops.
Yeah, no, I would too. Miami, every corner has a Rolex or something. I'm like, these guys got it like this in Miami, or like just in America. Man, just going out of Toronto.
So much better.
Yeah. But anything else?
Let's conclude on that funny ending. And so thank you so much for watching. We will see you next weekend.
Next weekend, yeah. No more weeks off.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Ciao, ciao.